keeping sight of the goal, which is top 3, make sure we go to make sure we secure worlds, I think is just really, really short-sighted. And honestly, I think if you're not aiming for it, it's kind of pathetic.
SK Gaming unfortunately just played their last match in the LEC Summer Playoffs after being defeated by Karmine Corp in a 1-2 score. And today I am in the presence of their coach Swiffer after this unfortunate match. I mean, it is just very disappointing. I can imagine that you must be pretty frustrated after this match, because it felt like you guys were well in control, especially in the first 2 games, and it could have been a 2-0, but yeah, now you're finding yourself out of the contention for the summer playoffs. So, Swiffer, just tell me, how do you feel after this match? What are your thoughts?
I think it was small things that let us down, or big things, I suppose, however you want to quantify it. Honestly, I also felt like there were very big moments in game 3 that we were in control as well. For sometimes shit happens. I think we are a better team than what we showed. I think everyone says that after they lose like this. Although I do think that the moments in the games that let us down were things that we could have probably practiced a lot more. So that's on us. That's on me. I think that in all 3 games, we just had pretty good positions, and unfortunately we just fucked it up every time. I mean, twice. The positive, I mean, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but the positive that we have is, at least BDS are more consistent than us, so they got us our season finals place. Would have been nice to earn it ourselves, but we know that we have another chance to turn this around, and hopefully this is a wake-up call that we needed.
I mean, speaking of that as well, it's good that you're mentioning it, but obviously you guys at least got qualified to season finals, which is a relief in itself, because it would have been even worse if you guys got first place in the group stage only to then be eliminated. Now it would probably have been quite bad, but now at least you have a chance for redemption in a few weeks. So just quickly, obviously, right now it's still pretty early on and you just saw the results of the match, but what are your plans for the next few weeks to make sure that this doesn't happen again?
Yeah, take a moment off. Really, really define or explore, not explore the next patch, but I think really, really hone in on some specific things that should help to give us an edge. I think that for the most part, how we were playing, I think it was very, very small moments that let us down. So in terms of the overall vision, I think we just continue on the path that we're on and just obviously adjust from the series today, because I think we just lost sight of I think we just weren't disciplined enough.
It felt like you guys kind of overstepped, right, in a lot of points, pretty much. It's just the boys pretty much felt like a lot of time they managed to get these leads and then they just got too excited and went too far, and then they all threw it away pretty much. And then at the end in game 3, it felt kind of like the opposite, where the boys were very scared to make plays maybe at some certain points and putting back too much.
I wouldn't say they were scared. I think they were still very, very confident in comms. I think they were misreading the situation more than being scared. I actually think they were quite confident still. I just think the idea was the variables weren't correct. Without giving too much away.
Obviously, every team after a loss will talk about their own mistakes and talk about what went wrong and stuff, but I think it's still important to give some praises to Karmine Corp as well, right? Because they're a team that started at the bottom and have been playing pretty bad at the start of the year. I mean, let's be honest. And now they're here trying to make this miracle run, and they just locked themselves into the top 4, I believe. So could you tell me as well, how did you feel playing against Karmine Corp, and did they maybe surprise you as well?
I think based on the trajectory, last time that we scrimmed them, I thought that they were on the upward trajectory as well. I think that they've found how they want to play, and they've just really doubled down on it. I think it's actually suits them very well. I think they just play a very simple game. It's not too complicated. It's I think lacking in the macro department, but I think their team fighting and their execution is really, really good. So props to them. I think they're really just focused on their strengths, kind of shored up their weaknesses, and I think they look better than BDS at the moment. So we'll see how far they can go.
I mean, you mentioned the fact that they are playing these easy to play comps in a way. Do you think that's maybe something that SK could have done maybe even today, or is it something that SK should look to do in the future as well?
I don't think it was easy to. I don't think their comps are easy to play. I think like it's the vision that they have and the way that they like draft and pick, I think is very, very solid.
Right.
It's not simple because it is quite complicated to get to the point like that happens. Because you look at that one that they just won, which was like Jace, Lucian, like Zeri, right? It's just front to back, whatever. But like it's still using all the players' like strengths in lane. Like they're not completely sacrificing like the game in order to get champions that they're comfortable with, and then it all fits cohesively together. As for us, yeah, we could. I think probably the game 3 draft we could have simplified a little bit more, but I think in the other two I think we had the edge in both. So I wouldn't change the first two. I have, you can always tweak things at loss or whatever. I think like if we're not more overexcited in game, then I think we're probably just having a different conversation about we executed our like more snowbally draft like quite well, right? So try not to be too results-based analysis with it. It suited us really well in scrim. So
also like it's gonna be rough because for SK, I guess before today, like the expectations for most people is that you guys were fighting to get at least that third world spot for EU, right? And now after this loss, people are gonna be reevaluating the overall goals of SK in general, because obviously this is a big blow for you guys. And I'm not exactly sure how the season finals seeding works in general, but it's gonna be difficult for you guys as well to get back from this tough position, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be 5th or 6th with it. So we have to win a couple of best of 5s in order to qualify.
And you might start from the lower bracket as well, right? I think.
Yeah, so you only get 1 life. I would say that it's a whole different patch. Maybe we were trending in a way that didn't really suit us. Happens. I think what we need to do is just be double down, way more disciplined, incredibly focused on figuring out the next patch. And from my understanding, the way that Riot are trying to tweak it, I think it's going to suit us quite well.
Right.
It's like a reversion to an earlier meta, which I think was better for us. So that's something as well. Hopefully trends in that way. If not, then we have to just double down on the way that we're going. And I don't think we need to tweak too much. I think it's more about like making sure that the players feel really good on the day and just being more disciplined.
I mean, do you feel like because of these results, you will also have to be reevaluating your goals, and maybe instead of like actually even like thinking of that world spot, you will just have to like focus on the match-to-match basis and just try to take every opponent differently?
No, I think that is that's like taking it one step at a time and everything. I think that is for a team that is leaving. I hesitate to say it, but like I think not keeping sight of the goal, which is top 3, make sure we secure worlds, I think is just really, really short-sighted. And honestly, I think if you're not aiming for it, like it's kind of pathetic. So no, I wouldn't say that we need to lower our sight. I think we keep the goal there and just rise to meet it.
I think this is about all the time we have today for the interview. It's already been a good 10 minutes, but just before we close off, do you have just any words for SK fans and just people that follow you in general?
Yeah, sorry about that series. I know that we definitely dropped, and I know that like now we're playing into the narrative that we're good, still good during regular season, and shit the bed during playoffs. So I'm sorry for not being able to disprove that. I hope we don't let you down again.
All right. Well, Swiffer, in any case, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today despite the loss. I hope that we'll be able to talk again in better circumstances during the season finals. And yeah, just gonna wish you the best for the upcoming matches in a few weeks. And hopefully we'll get to talk to you again.
Cheers. Thank you.